In MCQ 29, let's take a look at a further summary of the different subsets of sexual reproduction. So it can be broken down to cross-pollination as well as self-pollination. Now, there are some criteria for cross and self-pollinating plants. One of the very damning feature here is that cross-pollinating plants are going to be dioecious. And that means that each of them are actually considered to be monosexual. You will need two flowers, one containing the male part, and that will be the presence of the stamen, and the other containing the carpel, so that there is actually pollination from the stamen, which is the pollen exiting from the anther and landing on the stigma of the carpel. But for self-pollinating plant, they are monoecious, which means that the flowers themselves, they are considered to be bisexual. So in the same plant itself, you have both the stamen as well as the carpel. Now, in the act of the self-pollinating plant containing the stamen and carpel, the arrangement of the stamen and carpel could further facilitate and encourage self-pollination. In this case here, we will often say that the anther is above the stigma. So there's a chance that the pollen will actually drop onto the stigma, causing self-pollination. But in the event, if a cross-pollinating plant is not dioecious and is actually monoecious, to help to encourage cross-pollination, the anther is below the stigma, so it facilitates the pollen that lands on the stigma to come from another flower. Now, another further additional feature here for self-pollinating plant is that the stamen and carpel matures simultaneously. Now, for the case of cross-pollinating plants that are not dioecious, another feature that can help is that the stamen and carpel mature differently at different timing. So, there are many criteria for cross-pollinating plants that are not dioecious to try to encourage cross-pollination, but a very critical important feature here for self-pollinating plants that it must definitely be monoecious. There are no other features that can help to assist a dioecious self-pollinating plant to continue with self-pollination. So for the word that self-pollination will never occur, this is when the female and the male parts of the flowers are actually on separate plants, making B to be the answer.